Unit 1 review, problem number 10. It says, is each expression, each of these expressions, is it equivalent? That means, is it equal to 4 times 67? Write yes or no and explain why. Well, first let's figure out what 67 times 4 is. 67 times 4, 7 times 4 is 28. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 2 is 268. So we're trying to find out if the expressions over here, these expressions are equivalent to 268. All right, so that's what we need to do, and let's look at A. Well, A has a expression where there's some operations, and this is going to require that we apply PEMDAS, the rules of evaluating expressions. So what do we do first? Are there any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. There are multiplying and dividing. So I'm going to make this just a little bigger. I'm going to move these down. So what should we do with this problem? Well, let's put in parentheses around what we know we have to do. We have to do multiplying and dividing before we can do the adding. So 6 times 4 is 240, plus 4 times 7 is 28. Well, 240 plus 28 is 268. So is this equivalent? Yes. B, let's do B over here. Same thing, we need to use the PEMDAS rules, and we don't see any parentheses. We do see multiplying, and the multiplying here is shown by these dots. So if we put parentheses around what we need to do first, 10 times 67 is 670, minus 67 times 6 is 402. So 670 minus 402, and we borrow 8, 268. So we say yes, this is equivalent. All right, let's look at C. Is C equivalent? Let's do our PEMDAS, parentheses around what we do first. 60 times 40, well, 6 times 4 is 24. Then add the 0 back on, 240 plus 7 is 247. So we say no, this is not equivalent. And the last one, D, 4 times 67 plus 7, is it equivalent? Well, let's do the parentheses first. 67 plus 7 is 74 times 4. 74 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 1 is 296. So we say, no, this one is not equivalent. So we had a couple that were equivalent and a couple that were not equivalent. And how did we get the answers? We found the value of each expression by using PEMDAS.